Hello, my name is Mark Piatanese, and I'll be demonstrating my camera system I built for Unity. So, what we got here is this is the character, and there's a camera in here as well that automatically will be following these different nodes. So I have the first node here, and the next node is here. So if you take a look here, you can see that. Well, basically, I'm just going to go ahead and start playing. So here's the character, of course. There's no actual controls except you can move around, of course. I have a little nose on my little red block here, so you can see easily which way he's going. And there's the camera. So what you're going to notice is that as the character moves this way, the camera follows. However, it's actually staying between these two different nodes here. It's never going to leave that area. So I'll move so you can see that even better. So as you can see, as character gets farther away, it pulls the camera. Now the best way to describe this is that there is a bungee rope between the character right here and the camera right here. And so as the character pulls away, it pulls on that bungee rope, making it get as close as it can. The character can go really far away to the point to where it's outside of its camera distance range. And as you can see, now it's more tighter control. And as it gets closer, it's more relaxed. And you can even kind of go underneath it if you want and whatnot, turn around. It's all very intuitive. Now all that's controlled in variables within the actual node itself. So if we go to the first node, right here. On the first node, it has an outro of a rail, which means it uses the rail logic. It knows what's the next node. And camera distance is basically how long the rope is. Smoothing is just a variable for how smooth it runs around, kind of a bounciness, if you will. And ownership strength has to do with these nodes control the camera, actually. And right now, the camera is owned by this node. When it gets a little over 50% along the path, it's going to start looking at this node for what instructions it should use. And again, as you can see with this next node, it has an intro of the rail system, and pretty much all the settings are the same. Again, with this different ownership, strength ratio, and whatnot, so you can just kind of edit things here. What you're going to notice is that this node right here has an outro of a chase camera, and so let's show that. So we're going to go back here. Move the character, you can see that it's following again. There's that node right there. And when the camera hits that node, it goes into a chase mode. So it's detected that the ownership now is for this way here. And what you're going to notice here is there's this other node right here. This is the reference node of camera node 1. And it's getting referenced here, a chase cam reference node. And so what that means is that if you notice, the player and the camera has the same type of angle and whatnot and height as it does here. So if I lower this, for example, it's going to actually change the camera and how it follows. So moving on, the next node that it goes into, right here, again, it has an outro of a chase cam. And you're going to actually notice that it has a different reference node. This means that when it detects that the player is going the other direction, like if it's coming back from a long walk, it's going to change that. And you'll see that shortly. And then it actually goes into a rail. So basically it's accepting a chase cam and it's going to outro into a rail. So let's do that now. So as you see, we're going to hit this node here. Excuse me, that node there. And then it's going to, the camera's going to follow up and over. So this is like little ramps that the character can jump onto. It's going to continue to go to the different nodes all the way into this last one. And then by selecting none, you're going to see this has an intro of a rail as normal with the different stuff. Then it has an outro, none, camera distance and whatnot. So what this outro node does basically is, since it doesn't have another recognized one, it acts like a sticky camera. So basically the camera just stays there. Now here's the beautiful thing about this system is that it's reversible. So it takes very little work on the side of the level designer. They get finite control of exactly how they want the camera to look in any different area just by placing these nodes. And it's pretty intelligent enough to figure out, oh, okay, we need to go this way now. As you can see, it followed that very smoothly. It even intelligently did that. So again, just so you can see an overall view right here, I'm going to go all the way through the camera system. Goes all the way up. It's going to hit this node right over here. And again, it's using these nodes as the chase camera system follows. And finally going into the last node that you just saw there, that big white blob. It's sticking there. I can go back up the ramp if I don't fall off of it. And it's again going through. Again, see how this chase cam is now reversed. And it jumps back right into the original node. And it's sticky. And I fall off and my character dies. That's it. Thanks again for viewing.